In recent weeks, a rare and potentially dangerous virus has quietly drawn the attention of health experts around the world, not because of a mass outbreak, but because of a single cruise ship in the South Atlantic Ocean. The virus is called Hantavirus, and while there is no widespread public health emergency at this time, there are important facts, critical dates, and key developments that every informed person should understand. Hantavirus is not a new disease. It has existed for decades and is most commonly found in certain parts of South America, particularly in Argentina. It spreads through very close personal contact, through saliva, shared food or drinks, shared bedding, sexual contact, and in some enclosed spaces, even through the air. What makes this virus particularly serious is its mortality rate. Roughly 15 out of every 100 people who become infected may not survive. That is a number that demands attention. However, the virus is extremely difficult to transmit compared to illnesses like COVID-19, which means that while it is deadly, it does not spread easily from person to person in normal daily life. The current situation began on a vessel known as the motor vessel Hondius, which was carrying approximately 88 passengers and 61 crew members, around 149 people in total. A single passenger, believed to be a Dutch national in his 70s, became the first confirmed case. From that one individual, 9 additional people on board the ship were infected, bringing the total confirmed cases to 10. Now, from a scientific standpoint, one person infecting 9 others is a significant figure. It gives what experts call a reproductive number of 9, meaning on average, each infected person passed the virus to 9 more people. For context, that is comparable to the Omicron variant of COVID-19. However, it is absolutely critical to remember that this happened in the confined, closed environment of a ship, where people were sharing indoor spaces constantly. The same virus in the open community would spread far less efficiently. Now, the reason health experts are watching the calendar very carefully comes down to one key factor. Hantavirus has an unusually long incubation period. A person can carry this virus for anywhere between 1 week and 6 to 8 weeks before developing any symptoms at all. This makes tracking and containing the virus particularly challenging. On the 24th of April, 29 passengers left the ship and flew to different parts of the world before anyone knew there was an outbreak. Adding approximately 22 days of incubation to that date brings us to around the 15th of May, which is the earliest point at which new cases from that group might begin to appear. If anyone who was not on the ship begins showing symptoms by the 19th of May, that would suggest the virus was already being transmitted by people who had not yet shown any symptoms themselves, a scenario that would indicate greater transmissibility than currently believed. Moving further along, if those ship passengers passed the virus to close contacts after becoming ill, those contacts could potentially develop symptoms around the 5th of June. And ultimately, if no new cases emerge beyond immediate household members by the end of June, health authorities would be in a position to confidently declare the outbreak contained and over. As of today, the situation remains cautiously stable. There are no confirmed cases outside of individuals who were on the ship. All passengers have disembarked at Tenerife and have since been flown to their home countries. One suspected case involving a flight attendant who had contact with an infected passenger was investigated and cleared. She did not contract the virus. Those who left the ship later did so with full knowledge of the risk and with proper precautions in place. All affected individuals are believed to be self-isolating, which significantly reduces the chance of further spread. There is also good news on the testing side. Hantavirus produces detectable antibodies in the blood relatively quickly after a person falls ill, meaning reliable blood tests can be used to identify cases without relying solely on PCR testing. Looking ahead, if there are any additional cases, they are most likely to occur within close household settings, partners, family members, or others sharing a living space with someone who was on the ship. Spread to the wider general public remains unlikely based on everything currently known about this strain of the virus. The situation is serious enough to monitor carefully, but not serious enough to cause public panic. Health officials around the world are watching those key dates closely: the 15th of May, the 19th of May, the 5th of June, and the end of June. Every day that passes without a new case outside of the ship's passengers brings greater reassurance. Hantavirus deserves respect because of how dangerous it can be for those who contract it, but its low transmissibility in open settings means the risk to the general public at this time remains low. We will continue to monitor the situation and bring you updates as they develop.